Welcome back everybody to the channel. Today we're taking a look at a 2024 Chevrolet Colorado Z71. This is another small mid-size pickup truck that still can get most of the job done as a full-size pickup. Let's take a look. So as usual, we're going to start off with the front end. I love the redesign here on the front end for the Chevrolet Colorado this year. It looks really good. It's the same for 2023. There really isn't much difference, 23 or 24. They're really the same vehicle because they just did a refresh. But I love this refresh. Looks fantastic. So let's take a close look at it. As usual, we have these nice daytime running LEDs that come right across the top, and then we have this main headlight bulb right here. The high beams are very nice. They're also automatic on this trim. Then I have some fog lights down here, some fake vents, but that is okay. Then we move over. We got the blacked out Chevrolet badge with this gray paint color. I really like that. You can kind of see it's a little bit of snow there. Then we have this Z71 or Z71 badge, whichever one you want to say. But yeah, let's zoom out real quick. I just want to show you how nice this looks from the front end. The front end of this thing is honestly my favorite. It looks Chevrolet-esque. It looks sporty. It's exactly what I was hoping for. So now let's take a look at what is powering this Colorado Z71. We have a 2.7 liter turbo plus engine that's going to give us 310 horsepower, 391 pound-feet of torque. We also have an 8-speed automatic transmission and, of course, the all-wheel drive. The total cargo volume for the rear bed is exactly 41.9 cubic feet. Now, this truck does have a bunch of add-ons. We have, like, the convenience package 1, 2, 3. There's so many. There's not a lot on here that comes standard. You don't even get heated seats standard. The heated steering wheel isn't standard for, at least for this one. It has the add-on package that gives it to you. Of course, ventilated seating is also not standard, but that's usually the case. So yeah, let me know what you think about that fact. Do you wish they included more standard features, or are you okay with just getting a base model and you don't care about heated seats or anything like that? Let me know. I'm really curious to know in the comments. So let's move quickly on to the side. As you can see, we have a little bit of a lower ride height than the Canyon. This one isn't lifted, but we do have a very good amount of ground clearance. If I kind of dip down, you can see it collects mud on the bottom. So the tires I have as well are also additions. You don't get those standard. The regular ones that would come with this trim are a little bit more off-road-esque. This one is a little bit more of a cruiser version. And if I film the car here from the back, you can also see we got the Z71. This one's more like a sticker than anything else, and a little bit of bed space. But let's get close up with the side first. No rear, like, one-touch unlock. It's only in the front here, but one touch will unlock all 4 doors. I've also got a camera right underneath the mirror there. The Colorado badging is right there. Back windows are tinted, front is not, but that's okay. Then last but certainly not least, we have the rear for the Chevrolet Colorado. You can see we have the Chevrolet badge right in there, big and bold. I like that. I like the Chevrolet tail lights here too. Very nice, look like 2 blocks, but I like them. We also have your towing controls down here, some steps. We also have a step right here on the side that you can step on and access the bed. The rear camera's right there in the bed as well. The bed isn't an automatic opening, but it kind of does fall down for you, so you don't have to put too much effort. Then this right here in the bed is a weatherproof, like, little storage cubby. You can lock it. It will not allow any water, snow, anything to get in. Chevrolet badge is right in the back there. I like the space. We've got a bunch of tie-down points here, which are also really nice, and we have a little thing here for an outlet that's also great to have. And, you know, it gets the job done. No, it's not a big bed. No, you don't get a lot of rear space because of it, but it still gets the job done. It's not, maybe you don't want a massive, large pickup bed. You just need something to haul stuff once in a while, and this is a perfect option. So there you have it. There is the exterior for the 2024 Chevrolet Colorado Z71. Let's hop in the interior. We're going to do the back to front, and then, of course, I'm going to take you on a POV drive. Let's get started with that. All right, as usual, we're starting off with the back first. Let's hop in here, open the door. Lots of black, but you can see we do have a little bit of a red trim here, and it's not as high as the Canyon was, so we can actually hop in a little bit easier. It still does have some good ground clearance, though, so you do have to kind of stretch up there, and then I'll close the door. So the leg space is quite limited, especially sitting behind my driver profile. I'm 5'11" anymore, and this would be uncomfortable, but it is kind of a flexy material here, like you can see, so it's not that bad. I got some storage. I've got enough room under the seat right here, so it's okay. I can kind of tuck my foot under there, and that's fine. 2 cup holders here. I got a USB normal and USB-C charger here, as well as 2 vents. Not bad. There's no heated seats back here. Would have liked to see that for the price point, and especially for all the packages that this thing has. And then you can see that on the seat here, we have a nice mix of red and black. See, now the Canyon had the white one. This one's just going simple red and black, but I still really like it. And we have the tiniest headrest for the middle that I have ever seen. It is absolutely small. This guy also folds down here. You got to really stick your hand in there to get it out, though. Got a cup holder there, so not bad. I got a good view of the sunroof. I've got enough headroom back here, so it's not actually terrible. It's just maybe not the most comfortable thing for long road trips because there's not that much leg space. So that being said, let's hop up in the business end. Let's take a look up front. All right, let's get into the front. You can see a bigger door, bigger entrance here. Big door. Again, we have that red accenting and we have a little bit of a silver here, which I like. We have the 2 memory seat setting options right here too. Take a quick look at the seats. We have the nice mix of red and black. Again, no white, but I like that. I think the only package or the only add-on I'm missing is the red seat belts, and it's not that bad. So let's actually hop in here. Very easy to get in the front, much easier to get in the front seat than it is the back seat. Same thing with the passenger. So once you're in, we're greeted by this very nice looking steering wheel, the blacked out Chevrolet badge. I like the red stitching underneath the steering wheel as well. We also have some controls for the heated steering, also some media controls. Then we don't have Super Cruise on here, so we just have the basic cruise control settings right there. We also have on the left-hand side, you can see we have a nice vent that looks like it's straight out of the Camaro, which I love that design. Kind of gives it that Chevrolet personality that I like. So that's cool too. Then we can take a look at our digital gauge cluster, where you can see I have a bit of themes here coming in. I can change it from this guy too. It's really nice. There's enough things you can kind of customize those as well. The only thing is that the screen, the digital gauge cluster is like cut off. I don't know if you can notice it on the camera, but it definitely is cut off in person. There's like a whole bigger screen that it just doesn't seem to fill out. I know some versions of the Colorado will fill this out, but this one doesn't. So for the price of the truck, I would have liked to see them just include that as standard. Just give us the full screen if you're gonna give us the full space. I feel like one kind of has to go with the other. But moving on, we have this big infotainment display that has a bunch of different settings, options. I can see pretty much everything from here. It's Google controlled, just like it was on the Canyon. I've got off-road, I've got different vehicle controls here. The lights are actually controlled from in here. It's not a huge deal because when the car's off, you can actually tap the screen and still use them and control them. So that's nice as well. You have the air down mode that I showed you last week, and then we have a whole bunch of cameras. I have pretty much every view that anybody could ever want. I've got, you know, the front view, the back view, the side views, whatever. I can go more. I don't have the hitch view. Oh no, I do have the hitch view. And then I have underneath the suspension and stuff like that, and I can even blast them with some stuff there and get them clean if I want to, which is really cool. Same thing that we saw on the Canyon. I love these cameras, very high quality. I can see what's going on in all angles of the vehicle, so I really like that as well. We have wireless as well as wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so that's great too. We also have a bunch of physical buttons here for the dual zone automatic climate control, so that's very nice. Everything's physical. We also have physical buttons for the ventilated and heated seats. These are all add-on packages. Everything I'm talking about right now, you are going to have to pay more for them. Just keep that in mind. Although it is very nice and good. I like this, kind of material that they have on the Colorado here. It's like very, very rugged, very easy to clean, feels very easy to clean. So I like that as well. Then we go down, same thing we saw a couple of weeks ago on the Canyon. We have these different controls. This one will bring the windows down all the way. This one, automatic stop start, lane keep assist, and you have a manual aux override, which is nice. It's really nice to see that. I like these auxiliary switches that are actually useful. I like them. We also have USB-C and USB normal, as well as this wireless charging pad and the standard shifter. This time we just have the Chevrolet logo on it, and we saw this last week. I have a couple of different drive modes. You can see here, I have off-road, I have tow and haul, and I have terrain, and that's pretty much it. No Baja, no special, no speed mode, nothing like that, but we don't really need that on this one. Cup holder standard with the camo insert. I like, again, over there to look at the passenger seat. It's very clean, very one-way. We also have Bose sound system in here. Sounds fantastic. It's really, really nice sound. This is meant for road trips, I think, and I like that fact. You can see the sunroof up there. The sunroof controls are right there. Hello, there I am in the camera. We do have a little bit of piano black, but in this case, it doesn't bother me because it's not a high touch point area. So I'm not really touching anything there. I'm more touching these physical buttons. So I like that. And these seats are plenty comfortable, much more comfortable up here in the front than you are in the back. I feel like the back is probably going to be used a little bit more for storage and things other than people, but you can still fit people back. That is just going to about do it for the 2024 Chevrolet Colorado Z71 interior. Let me strap that GoPro to my forehead and let's take it on a drive. All right, so here we are on the best off-road road that I could find you. This is usually where I film a lot of the B-roll and stuff because it's a quiet little park. It's not paved or anything. So, going over some bumps. You definitely notice the ride quality is a little bit different with this one versus something like the Canyon AT4X. It's a little bit built for like rougher roads. You definitely notice the bumps a little bit more, but it's not bad, right? Like the ride quality in the Colorado is still very good, still very pickup-esque. It's one of the better pickups that I've had, drive quality wise or ride quality wise anyways. it's still very good. I don't think like it's not going to bother you on road trips and stuff. You just might feel a little bit more bumps on the off-road side of things. So overall this week, the truck has been very good. The Colorado has been very good. Very, very close to the Canyon. Like they're so close. It's hard to compare them. You know, only difference, like I said, is really that ride height and the interior difference. It's equipped nearly the same. You know, obviously it looks different. They're two different companies technically, but you know, it's so close. The only thing is like the Chevrolet is a little bit cheaper. I think by like $8,000 or $9,000 cheaper, at least on the Canadian side, than it is the Canyon At4X. I mean, the normal Canyon, you're probably close. And again, those are probably very similar equipped and drive very, very similar. You can tell that here GM has used the same kind of platform and just put different body, different styles, and different equipment on each one, which isn't a bad thing because this platform is pretty decent, at least from my opinion anyways. I really haven't had any big technical issues, no problem, no suspension cracking, nothing like that. Like nothing like early on stuff that I would expect from a pickup, or that, you know, you're looking for when you get a pickup, especially during your refresh. Nothing like that. It's been absolutely solid. I love the technology in here. I love the way that it drives. I like the steering wheel feel. It's nice and big, you know, because it's one of those trucks again where like it doesn't feel as much as a big truck as the At4X did, but it still does kind of drive and feel like a full-size, you know, Colorado would, or I mean, you know, the Silverado would maybe drive. If I haven't driven the Silverado yet, but it's on my schedule. But yeah, it just feels, it has a big truck attitude, if that makes sense. So I don't have any special drive modes. I only have, you know, normal mode, and that's basically like the fastest mode. So I'll give it some gas here. You know, not terrible at all. The engine doesn't sound terrible. It sounds big and beefy, right? And I noticed at like low speeds and speeding up from like lower speeds, it has that diesel whistle too. It's not a diesel engine. It's a 2.7 liter turbocharged with the extra output or whatever they call it. I forget now. But yeah, it's not a crazy, you know, thing, but the engine doesn't sound too bad. The exhaust is, you know, probably not that loud. There's no pumped in audio here either, and the takeoff is good. It's a very torquey engine, and you notice that as soon as you put your foot down. It's extremely pulley, which is good because, you know, a lot of these trucks will be used to haul different things like that, and you need the extra torque to get off the line that much faster. But this truck really feels right at home here in the back roads, you know, like a 2-lane road kind of thing, one direction each way. I really feel at home in this pickup truck, especially in the winter too. You know, I just feel normal. Like, you know, it just feels like this is where this Colorado belongs. You know, I just hauling some stuff. The only thing I'm missing is I'm not towing anything. You know, that's the only thing, or I'm not hauling anything either. But you know, that's the only difference. I don't really have anything to haul. We're getting close to the holidays, so I don't really have anything massive to bring around lately. But maybe some big garbage bags. That's about it. Now let's talk about like some of the maybe not so good stuff. I said a little bit on the exterior tour. I just wish they included more standard stuff. Like I saw was it the Trail Boss, and it was like a base model Trail Boss. There was no heated seats, no heated steering, barely any assist, and it's like, man, you just wish for like, even for like 40K, 35K, you still wish that some things like heated seats, heated steering, and like blind spot detection should be standard. And, you know, and in some trims of the Colorado, it just isn't. And it's like, that's kind of scary because truck prices and everything, you know, every prices, no matter what, truck prices, anything, house prices, the same thing. It's all really expensive. So when you don't get stuff included standard, it's going to hurt, I think, people looking at the car, and rightfully so, because you need to include all these things. It's like this digital gauge cluster right in front of me right here. Like, it's nice. I love it. It looks cool. You know, it looks very sporty, very Chevrolet-esque, if I may. But the only problem is they kind of cut off most of the screen. It's like, why put in a massive digital gauge cluster screen if you're not going to have that standard across all your things? You know, I'd see like maybe take away software pieces if you want to charge extra, but like I feel like this part should be full, like a full stop, and I don't know why it isn't. And it bothers me that it isn't. It's not even for like, you know, warnings like traction control or anything, because it's all on the top that comes up on. So it's literally just cut off, and I don't understand it, and it's hard to say that that's a good thing, because it's just like you're missing it, and it bothers me. It's hard not to notice, because I've seen other versions of the Colorado with a full screen. The Canyon had this same screen. It was full. And also it's like, why are you taking screen away from me? It's like, and charging me so much while doing it. It's like, you can't, that's rough. I did also get a quick little glimpse at the Colorado Desert Boss. oh boy, that thing, I think it was fully loaded. It was in that like bright blue color that or like dark blue. I don't even know what kind of blue it is. Maybe I'm colorblind, but it was a really nice blue color, and it's on all the commercials that you see, or at least all the ones that are in Canada. And oh my God, I'm going to try so hard to get that for you guys in the new year, because it looks absolutely fantastic, and I really want to try it. I'll try to get, like, if you want to see more Colorados, because there's a whole bunch of different trims, you want to see more, you got to let me know, and I'll try to get GM and Chevrolet to give them to me. It should be no problem, but if you want to see them, you got to tell me, because I will get them. I love doing this stuff. I don't care what car it is. So overall, Chevrolet Colorado Z71 is a really solid package, but you do have to pay the price to get it as well as equipped as I want. Like, you know, I said, I wish more things come standard. The good thing is that this infotainment screen seems to be standard. It seems to be massive, it seems to be great, and it doesn't seem to hold back. That's excellent. But, however, I don't like having to pay extra for, like, heated seats and heated steering. I feel like in Quebec and in Canada, that's kind of a necessity, and it should at this point be standard, especially if the truck is hitting $60,000. So, yeah, but it does everything else well. You know, price point aside, you know, add-ons aside, additions aside, it does everything really well. Exactly like you'd expect a small to mid-sized pickup truck to do. It has a big pickup truck attitude, and it is just a fun thing to drive. It's really no problem. It's no hassle. I'm not worried about it in the winter. It's got the all-wheel drive system. It's excellent. I haven't had any really snow or ice or anything crazy to drive through, but if I did, I would have no problem. It's one of those trucks, again, where I can just go out any time of the year, any time of the day, any weather, any condition, and I would be totally and completely fine. And that is what you look for in a pickup, because you're going to use it a lot to pick things up. So there you go. That's going to do it for the Chevrolet Colorado. I just want to say this is my last car for 2023. You know, I'm going to take a little break for the holidays. I wasn't supposed to even have this car, but I picked it up because I honestly, I just couldn't stop. I could not stop doing this. I cannot stop. I love it too much, but I have to take at least a week, because next year, if you thought this year was crazy with the opportunities I got, just wait till next year. I'm gonna just ramp up everything, and we're gonna go absolutely nuts here on the channel. Thank you so much for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate you more than I could ever put it into words. If you like any of my videos, if you like this one in particular, make sure you subscribe, but also go watch another one, because that helps me more than I can explain in one video. It does so much for the algorithm. So please watch another video, and thanks so much for all the support this year. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for allowing me to show you all these cool cars. It's been an absolute dream come true. None of it, not a single second of it, has felt like work to me. It's all felt like joy and pleasure, and I will do this every single year for the rest of my life if you let me. So with that being said, take care. Happy holidays to everybody. Happy New Year. I hope all the best. I hope all the things you need and want come true this year for 2024, and I'll see you next year. Take care.